What's up, y'all? I spent over $320 million profitably on Facebook ads and driven more than $1.6 billion in attributable revenue, and I've scaled multiple brands from 4 to 5 figures a month to 7 to 8 figures in revenue per month. And after years in the Facebook ads game, this video is going to be a summary of everything I know about Facebook ads so that you can save years of your life and achieve massive growth for your brand through Meta. I'm peeling back the curtain on the tricks and secrets that you would only know from spending hundreds of millions of dollars on Facebook ads, so you can hopefully take away 1 or 2 new things that you can apply to your campaigns today. Most Facebook ad agencies would charge you $5K a month for 6 months and get you no results, but I thought, why the hell not? I'm just gonna give all the way this information for free. Number 1, the first concept that I want to go over is the concept that everything works for Facebook ads. You're gonna hear a lot of people on the internet, a lot of gurus tell you that you should only do this, only do that, only do cost caps, only run broad, and this is false. Every ad product within the Meta ads platform works. That means dynamic product ads, Advantage Plus campaigns, broad, lookalikes, interest campaigns, cost cap, bid cap, highest volume, value optimization. All these different types of tools that the Meta ads platform has, they all work. They just don't work for every single brand. Erase from your mind the idea that you should only be doing 1 or 2 things within the platform. Ignore what all these other guys are saying and really custom build strategy for your brand. And that leads to my second point. Ignore dogmatic strategies. Over the past 10 years since I've been running Facebook ads, I can't tell you how many times there was new strategies that so-and-so would come up with that they preached that this was the end all be all. This is the only thing that you should be running for your Facebook ads. And luckily I had the foresight to not listen to a lot of these strategies, followed what worked, tested things, and whatever was working is what I actually would scale. Over time running Facebook ads, new dogmatic strategies come from these talking heads. The newest one is cost caps, saying all your campaigns should be on cost cap or ROAS bidding, that you're dumb, that you're wasting money if you're not doing this, that you don't deserve to run ads or be an agency if you're not doing this. A lot of these guys on Twitter are saying this sort of thing. This is not true. I run multiple 7 to 8 figure brands advertising budgets, and I run a lot of them on highest volume only, and we are crushing it. $80 million on one brand in a year for Meta ads. None of these guys have this resume, and so take it from me. Ignore dogmatic strategies, focus on what's in front of you, test what you want to test, determine your next steps based on the actual data. Ignore the talking heads. Moving on to number 3, the third lesson is that you should create a full funnel Meta ad account infrastructure. And what does this mean? You should have full prospecting campaigns, and you should also have retargeting campaigns, and not just retargeting campaigns that cover your website visitors or your add to carts, initiate checkouts, but you should also be covering people who search on your website, your leads list from the pixel, your Klaviyo list or email marketing never purchase list, your customer list from the email list, also your Facebook and Instagram engagement audiences, and also your video views audiences. If you want to become a massive brand and have extreme scale, you can do this all on Meta. The beauty of the Meta ads platform is that you can take a person from not knowing about you to knowing about you, take them through a full customer journey all within a single platform. Technically, they don't need to see your ads from you in any other place because you can bring them through a full customer journey within the Meta ads platform. A lot of these people these days say, oh, don't do retargeting, blah, blah. Do not listen to these people. Retargeting is the best way to get people over the finish line, and you should have control over your frequency and how much money you're spending on this group of people. Fourth lesson is creative diversification. So this became a big idea, I would say, right before the pandemic in 2020, where Meta started pushing on us big brands that we should have diversified assets. For a long time, people would only run statics or only run videos, and this is when they first kind of brought into the fold creative diversification. So this is so important for brands that want to scale, is that you should not only scale your spend, you should not only scale your creative production, but you should also scale your creative diversification. And what that means is that you should be running static ads. You should be running carousel ads. You should be running GIFs. You should be running short form videos. You should be running long form videos. You should be running dynamic product ads, right? Each individual person on the Meta platforms, whether it's Facebook ads, whether it's Instagram ads, all engage with different types of content. So what that means is that if I engage with dynamic product ads, then I'm most likely not going to get video ads, not going to get static ads, right? So if you're only running video ads or you're only running static ads, I cannot be reached. So it's super important if you want to maximize the reach for your whole audience. You got to diversify your creative. You got to be checking the boxes off on all the different creative types. And this is how you scale. Lesson number 5 is sophisticated consolidation. So this is a phrase that I coined, as consolidation came under the guise of the Power 5 back in the day, where Meta was pushing consolidated accounts. And this was the beginning of the whole broad push. You should only run broad campaigns, 1 campaign, 2 campaigns, whatever it may be. And I pushed back a ton on this. So at the time I was at a massive home decor brand that I scaled from 1 million to 500 million a year. I'm now a multi-billion-dollar company, and during this time, our Meta ads reps were trying to push us to consolidate our whole ad account. And I pushed back and said, you know what? Consolidation sounds like a good idea. You're right. We are a little bit too segmented. The algorithm has changed and does better with a little bit of a broader audience. However, we're not going to completely collapse all of our campaigns into only a couple campaigns, right? So that is how I coined the term sophisticated consolidation. Consolidation should be at top of mind when creating your ad account structure. However, it has to fit your business. If you have a t-shirt collection, a pants collection, a shorts collection, right? A beanies, a hats, right? You have all these different categories on your website. It makes sense to break them out into their own campaigns. So you have to be sophisticated with your consolidation and make it specific to your brand. You should not be running hats with shirts with tees all in one single campaign and you have no control over how much spend goes to those products. It just doesn't make sense for your business, right? So a lot of these one size fits all strategies actually are bad for your business. So you have to be sophisticated with the way you structure your ad accounts. Sophisticated consolidation. Definitely have consolidation top of mind. Try and simplify your account as much as possible. However, you need to craft your strategy custom to your business. Lesson number 6, this is a big one. Invest in dynamic product ads early. So if you are a brand that has a decent amount of SKUs, you should be running dynamic product ads at all times. Yes, I said it, at all times. I've worked with some brands that are like, oh, I don't believe in dynamic product ads. I don't trust the data on them. This is dumb. Okay, there are people on the internet, me being one of them, who I don't like to watch videos. I get dynamic product ads only almost. I'm a scroller on the carousels. I like to shop. And so if you're not running dynamic product ads, you're missing out on a whole group of people who are shopping ready. These are people that like to browse through products, right? So if you're only running videos, only running statics, not running dynamic product ads, this is a huge miss. And why dynamic product ads is an investment you should invest in is because dynamic product ads data lives also not only in your ad account or on the ad level, the campaign level, the ad set level, the data stores actually inside your catalog. So over time, the algorithm gets smarter and smarter and smarter on who to target with your dynamic product ads as more purchases come in through these ads. Now moving on to lesson number 7. This is another massive one, founder or influencer whitelisting. So if you don't know what whitelisting is when you run ads through another businesses or individuals account. It could be a founder of the company running founder whitelisting ads, where it'd be like Mason running ads through Mason's account about my brand, or it's influencers running ads through their individual profiles and talking about your brand and clicking out to your website. Influencer whitelisting or founder whitelisting can double your business almost instantly overnight. Essentially, you can duplicate your whole ad account almost to a T. A lot of times it'll work, and run the same campaigns, same setup, except you're just running it through influencers or running it through your founder account. So this is super powerful because I say there's 3 dimensions to the brand marketing, right? There's the brand's view of the brand. So the brand talking about the brand, that's traditional advertisements. Then there's the customer customer's view of the brand. That's the second dimension. And then the third dimension is either the influencer or the founder's view of the brand, right? And they have a perspective on the customer and on the brand, right? So whitelisting is so powerful because you're middlemaning this process of communication between the brand and the customer, and you are making this a three-dimensional field. So this is why it's so powerful, and it creates so much trust because people want to know they're not buying from a big global corp anymore. People want to know they're buying from real people, or they're buying from a company that these influencers like, know, and trust, right? So founder whitelisting, do not sleep on it. It literally 2x your business almost overnight, and you can also use it for dynamic product ads. This is a huge unlock that we did with brands, and we were super surprised that we did not think dynamic product ads would do well for whitelisting. However, they absolutely crushed, so you should definitely do it now. Moving on to number 8, I want to talk about creative testing. Creative testing has changed a lot over the years. Back in the day, you could really launch ads in any campaign, any ad set, and they would automatically get spent. The algorithm would always give new ads budget. However, these days, the algorithm, they've tweaked it a little bit where it highly favors ads that get engagement very early, and it will not spend on ads if they don't have early metrics after the first couple hundred impressions, right? So the new way to creative test is by having a testing campaign. So this campaign should be at an ad set budget campaign where you test ads in individual ad sets at low budgets. And this becomes the way you test everything. And then you also have your performance campaigns, right? So say you have an Advantage Plus campaign, you have a broad campaign, you have an interest campaign, right? Well, you only stick the best of the best ads in those testing campaigns. So you're going to test your ads in the ABO testing campaign, test ads that are alike together. So test static ads that are around the same product or same angle together, test video ads that are around the same product or angle together. Do not mix statics and videos together because it's very likely that one or the other will suck up the spend. So again, we want to get answers on every ad that we create, and you're wasting your money if you're not fully testing out every single ad that you have created. And not to mention, it's bad for your creative team. They're not getting answers back on what works and what doesn't work. So the new way to creative test is by having a testing campaign. You really only graduate the best of the best ads out of the testing campaign into your performance campaigns. And one thing that I want to say as well, you don't have to pause out good ads in your testing campaign. If an ad is crushing in your testing campaign, let it run still. You can even scale it up still. Number 9, this is so important. Email and SMS marketing. This is so pivotal to your meta ad success, and no one really talks about it. Everyone talks about only the in-platform stuff, but in reality, in order for your meta ads to be extremely successful, you have to have your email and SMS marketing dialed. And that starts with having a great pop-up, aiming for a 5% or more sign-up rate, and also having welcome flows for your email and for your SMS list, and make sure these are separate. So you should have a welcome flow for your email. You should have a browse abandon flow for your email. You should have abandoned checkout flow for your email. You should have a site abandonment flow for your email. And you should have all of those as well for your SMS. You have to have the mindset that you are helping people get things that they need, right? So don't think of this as, oh, I'm annoying people if I send them all these, these flows, these emails. We are helping people buy a product that they want. They just forget, right? They forget to buy. They got distracted, right? So these mechanisms are here to help remind people to buy the things that they want. It's so important that you have these email and SMS marketing set up because you're spending all this money on your meta ads traffic. And if you're not collecting emails and SMSs efficiently and also emailing them, then this is a huge, huge miss. You want to train people to expect emails or SMSs from you. You can't not send emails and all of a sudden during Black Friday, send them 10 emails and expect them to open or expect them to click on your SMS, right? So you got to get a cadence going. You have to set a standard for yourself that we're going to send at least one email and one SMS per week, and definitely get your flows dialed. If you don't have your flows dialed and you're running a brand, you're just leaving so much money on the table. It's insane. That's what's so cool about my coaching program, Meta Ads at Scale. I don't only help you with your meta ads, I help you with your email and your SMS marketing, get that up to par. Also optimizing your pop-up and your website so your meta ads can scale as profitably as possible. So this is a huge miss. This is probably the number one thing any new brand that comes into my program is they don't have their email and SMS marketing dialed. That's how we instantly 2x, 3x the revenue, is by adding these pieces in. Moving on to number 10, I want to talk about the 2 best ways to scale your ads. So these are 2 methods. One of them is a method that I would say, a lot of people use. This other one is the one that I have created, and I've named it the double up method. So we'll start with the double up method, which is the method that I employ and how I've scaled brands so incredibly quickly, and how I scaled from $1 million to $500 million a year within 4 years using the double up method. So what the double up method is if a campaign or an ad set is crushing, you double the ad spend. That is how you scale. You're not just adding a little bit of budget and waiting a few days. We double up. So say you have a campaign that's crushing it. You're spending $100 a day, we double it up to $200 a day. And then we wait a few days. If it does well, continues to perform, boom, we double up to $400 a day. And this is a way you tell the algorithm that it's doing well. You're rewarding the algorithm with budget. And you can do this and scale up very quickly to high levels of spend and really increase your revenue by doing this, because the algorithm is so good these days that it learns incredibly fast. And especially if you have really great creative, the algorithm can take it. So again, this is how I scale up, doubling up 100 to 200, 200 to 400, 400 to 800, 800 to 1600, right? But what happens, say, if it doesn't perform well? So what if we scaled up all the way to $1,600 in ad spend, and now performance starts to not do well? What do? You drop the budget back down 50%. So you drop back down to $800, and then you optimize your ads, maybe pause out the losing ads, and then you also refresh the campaign with new ads. Get the campaign running and profitable as possible again, and then you get back to double up scaling, right? So this is a process that should always be going on in your ad account if you're employing this, is doubling up and doubling down. And over time, your baseline ad spend and your baseline revenue is just going to increase tenfold, really. And this is why the brands in my coaching program have had so much success in such a short amount of time, is by employing this double up scaling method. However, if you are a risk averse person, that sounds a little bit too crazy for you, then there is another method. And this is a method that a lot of other people teach. It's not my favorite method because it's slow and it's boring. However, it is a more safe method, or almost risk-free-ish method. This is a 25% method. So the 25% method would be if you're spending $100 a day and it's doing well, you add $25 or 25% increase in ad spend. And so what happens here is, technically, if you don't increase your budget by over 25%, it does not push your campaign or your ad set into learning mode again. I personally think the learning mode is a bunch of garbage. I think it's a way of meta ads to try and explain how the algorithms works to people. It really doesn't matter. I just follow the data. However, if you are, one of those people that is risk averse, you don't want to mess things up, then the 25% method isn't bad. It just definitely takes way longer to scale that way. Moving on to lesson number 11. So this is a massive one, and this is, again, another huge reason why I've been so successful scaling brands in my coaching program, at my agency, when I was at This is ideal customer profile. Ideal customer profile is everything, and this is the single most important marketing thing that you should be focusing on at all times. There is a number one ideal customer that will be buying your product at all times, and it is your job to give them the right ads so they are buying from you at all times, right? And so one of the biggest mistakes people make is by losing sight of who their ICP or their ideal customer profile is and start trying to market to everybody, right? This is not what you should do. Focusing on this one customer profile can take you to 8 figures in revenue a year and beyond. And once your CPAs start to rise, when you start getting a lot of headwinds, yes, then you want to expand a little bit outside of that top number one ideal customer profile. However, most people ditch their ideal customer profile too early. This is so important. Focus on your ideal customer profile. Make sure your ads are targeted to them. Make sure you're doing static ads to them, video ads, DPAs, right? Carousels, GIFs, long form videos, short form videos, right? And targeting them with your messaging, with your ad copy, with your landing pages, right? Everything has to be aligned there. And even on your email and SMS marketing, make sure you're talking to your ideal customer profile. This is how you can find product market fit extremely fast. And again, this is what I teach in my coaching program. We focus on the ideal customer profile from the beginning, and that is how we're able to scale insanely fast, is because we find that product market fit really quickly, and then we scale up using the double up method. The last lesson that I want to share with you guys is a phrase that I've coined as meta ads portfolio management. And this is probably more or less the magnum opus or the real underlying philosophy behind everything that I do with my Facebook ads or meta ads management for my own brands, for my coaching clients, and for my agency clients. And so meta ads portfolio management is loosely based off of what in finance is called the modern portfolio theory. So the modern portfolio theory is an investment theory that maximizes expected return for a given level of risk. So the biggest mistake a lot of brands make, specifically bigger brands, is putting way too much of their spend or their eggs in one campaign or one basket. Instead of having 10 campaigns, they have 2 campaigns, right? So tell me what happens if you only have 2 campaigns running and both those campaigns are not working. Your whole business is in chaos, right? Your whole business is losing revenue, right? However, how about if you have 10 campaigns, right? And the risk is diversified amongst 10 campaigns, much like your stock portfolio, right? Where you put your money across multiple ETFs, multiple stocks, right? And so you're diversifying your investments and you're diversifying your ad spend amongst a basket of campaigns. This is going to lower your overall risk and also give you a higher expected return, because if you have 10 campaigns and 2 of them aren't working, well, you can move budget out of the 2 into the things that are working, right? So you always, a portion of your account is driving returns for you. Meta ads portfolio management is the alpha, is the best way you should be running your ad accounts. You should have a basket of campaigns that lowers your overall risk because your spend is dispersed amongst them. And so if 1 or 2 to 3 campaigns aren't doing well, you have 7 other campaigns to make up for it. Now that's a quick summary of almost everything I've learned from Facebook ads after spending over $320 million on the platform. Hopefully you've been able to take away 1 or 2 or 3 things that you can either apply to your website, to your email SMS marketing, to your ad account, to your ads, to your creative. If you liked everything you heard in this video, but you still think you need help or direction with your meta ads, then I can help you double your e-commerce brand in 6 months or less in my coaching program. So the coaching program is meant for smaller brands. I would say sub $1 million. I personally guarantee that I can double your business, or else I will work for you for free until we get you there. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, ask some questions in the comments, and I'll be sharing more in-depth strategies and case studies in future videos. And if you want to learn more about my coaching program, click the link in the description. You can watch the video there that details a little bit more about the program, and you can sign up for an application call. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.